Honorable Mrs. Ogurima Purwati, Honorable Mrs. Kusuma Rasdiati, as the examiner of the seminar of research proposal, Honorable Mr. Fauri Zuhri, as the lecturer of this seminar of research proposal. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, before beginning my presentation of this seminar research proposal, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Anisa MAHDIANA Awalin. I'm from English education major. My student number is 7. Okay, hear me as the owner of this research proposal. I'd like to present my research proposal in a brief by the title Online Learning Readiness and Student Satisfaction in English Writing Class. Introduction. Background of study. Writing becomes a tricky skill for the students. Writing is a tricky skill for students and considered as a complex cognitive activity in which the writer is required to demonstrate control of variables simultaneously. However, in this pandemic, students tend to adapt with online learning and face a different learning atmosphere and so the challenges. Here are some conditions where it is maybe very tricky for the student nowadays. First is bad signal, and second is device error, bad skill technology, and then time management. This study aims to explain the relationship between online learning readiness and student satisfaction of using online learning platform during the pandemic. The next is research question. There are two research questions of this research. First is how is the relationship between online learning readiness and study satisfaction? And the second is how could online learning readiness affect or influence the student's study satisfaction? The purpose of this study is to know the relationship between online learning readiness and study satisfaction through English writing class, through English writing course class, and the second is to know the effect of online learning readiness on student study satisfaction who enrolled English writing course. And the scope of this research is to utilize research on online learning readiness in a context and writing skill specific environment, and the limitation is the student of English education major in State University of Surabaya who enrolled writing course. The next is review of related literature. According to the title of this research, I'd like to explain some component of it. The first is student satisfaction. Student satisfaction or student study satisfaction is the level of joy that students receive after learning or after study lesson. And in this case, this lesson is English writing. So the third is the relationship of online learning readiness and student satisfaction. Online learning readiness and student satisfaction is rely on each other, such as the relationship between student-teacher communication and student satisfaction and student study satisfaction. And the last is how online learning readiness influence student satisfaction. It is about how the process or how the way this online learning readiness affect the student satisfaction. And in this case, it will happen when the student and the teacher are in the state of online learning. So the next is research methods. Research method. This research is an explanatory with qualitative method with randomized participant, questionnaire, and interview design. The next is participant and setting. The participant of this research is students from 5th and 7th semester of English education majors who enrolled in an English writing class, and the setting is Faculty of Language and Art of UNESA. Data and source. This research will gain the data from participants, both from the result of questionnaire and also the interview. And the second source, it will be taken from any journals related to the title. We'll use this. We will use questionnaire and interview as the instrument of this research, and the research procedure. The first stage is reading the questionnaire to the participant, and the stage 2 is during interview, and the 3 or the last stage is analyzing the data. Data analysis techniques. The first step is familiarizing and organizing. Okay, the researcher must be familiar with the data collected, and then they need to organize the data so that the data will be easier to read and can be understood easily. And the second is coding and reducing. The researcher will give a code to the data, and then reducing what it is not needed. So the last step is interpreting and representing, trying to understand what the data mean and relate that to the theories that are written. So it's about interpreting the researcher understand it, and then relate the result of the data analysis to the theory. Okay, and then this research will interpret and explain the detailed information of. First is the relationship between online learning readiness and study satisfaction in writing course. And the second is about how could online learning readiness affect or influence student study satisfaction. Okay, that's all the explanation of my research proposal. I apologize if you found some, thank you for your attention. I apologize if you found some mistake for me. And the last, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.